Hey everybody, it's Jada on piano, where we make music make sense. Today we're doing a chord breakdown. I'm sure you've seen this, but we'll check it out in just a second. Okay, this is an old clip, but it's new to me. It's a couple years ago, or a couple years old, and I saw it myself on Facebook, and it was, I guess, posted maybe to Instagram or YouTube or something like that by Bennett Paysinger, awesome organist. I'm not sure if this is him in the clip. I'm not really sure who's in this clip, but check it out right here. But Bennett Paysinger posted it that I saw.
Show me some chords, brah.
Let me see, man.
Yes, sir!
Who's coming?
Hey, brother!
Marga!
Jesus! Hallelujah!
Yeah!
Play, brother!
It's all I got.
Now, obviously, it's meant to be a hilarious little clip because we see that kind of stuff all the time in the gospel music world. And yes, I did do a breakdown of it. So I do have the MIDI file. I do have the LMV file. You can get that after this video. I'm going to talk about a couple things that I saw in it. Really, I'm still breaking it down for myself, but right here at the beginning, I want to pull just a few chords from that. Right at the top, it started here. And no, I cannot play this up to tempo yet. Breaking down, transcribing is a note by note thing, not a you play whole chords at once. So playing it up to speed is a whole different thing after you've transcribed. But we've got this right at the beginning. Right? That was the first, or that F is not in here. This is not here, but you can put it in there. Now, I'm seeing this from kind of from the perspective of A flat. And I'll show you why. I mean, I guess I can put it in a couple other places. We can play around with this a second and see what we got. But here's the what we started with. That diminished, that half diminished, I should say. That's also half diminished. And then we've got this deal here. That sharp 5, sharp 9 going to the D flat major sus 2. Because this is a 4 in A flat, that's why I'm thinking A flat with this move. So if we were to use this in A flat, you could think of it in that way. So it's just rolling through. Your target would be this chord here, right? This is not an A flat, and that's not an A flat either. We want to get right here. We used both of those chords, the D and the D flat chord, to get right here to this C7, sharp 5, sharp 9. Now look at what else this C7, sharp 5, sharp 9 is. Oftentimes I see this chord in place of an A flat chord, right? It's because you have this A flat on the top, so you have all the notes of the A flat chord there. You see that? It's all there. So you're kind of using that to replace an A flat chord, because this is a dominant and it led us here. But this dominant is really also this, or replacing this, or right? So that's the first thing I want to say about this move here. We're still using ideas of harmony. See that we got there, getting us to that 4 chord. This is just like going from the A flat to the D flat. Okay, now I'm still saying I'm feeling this in A flat. So watch this. If I do this little move, right now, that's not an A flat, but check what I'm gonna do with it here. Right. There we go. One more time. right? There we go. Okay, so we've got that kind of thinking in terms of A flat, but we moved right through this, and I think the next thing after that was this here. Okay, and then I believe it was or and then this, and that's kind of all that I remembered from what I was working through. That's as far as I got, y'all, was right here. So if indeed that's what it was, then let's look at some of these things and give it a broad description, because like I said, I have not pulled all this in for my own self yet, but the thoughts that I'm thinking while I'm just putting it in my hands, all of it overall. Let's go back to our first 4 chords first, and we can see the same type of thing through that move. So I'm seeing this is one move, right? That's one move. Then this is a move. Okay, and then this is a move. Or then this is a move. Oh, that's a move. I'm looking at things as the transition and the target chords. So our first move had 4 chords in it. Our first progression, if you will. Right there. That's what we have so far. Now, let's look at this in an individual sense, and not even just in the broad sense of what chord is going to what, he's just putting chords together. It's deeper than that. Let's go here. Now, this is the first chord, right? D. Let's look at the individual notes. D, C, F, and then the A flat. We know that's this chord, right? Just broken up. But here's where it gets good. Okay? Everything is making a transition. In this case, everything went down a half step. Okay, that's an easy one. But then check this. Now, let's start breaking it down from here. The melody being our top note. And usually our melody is our top note, but here's what's happening. Okay, that was a melody, but let's look at each part as a melody. So this is the first one. So melody, top melody. Okay, nice little melody. We're used to that kind of sound. Then here's this. So our second melody is right here, but it's going with this. Okay, nice. So we had that. Now let's go to the third one. You see that? That's the transition for that one. Let's put them, see if I can put these together. Okay, cool. Gives us a sus 4 chord with just this piece of it, but we're not done. Let's keep going. Now I want to do this one right here. So we had 3 walk downs, right? Half step transition, right? And then the very last note, just to give us some more crunch, so we can have that there, but we've added in another note just to give it some more crunch, right? But then that's not the end of the move. That's just what I've done so far. Now let's go up, right? And if we so chose, that gives this note some purpose. So let me do the whole thing. See what I'm saying? And that gives us another melody in there. See that? So then we go, there was that transition. There would be that transition if we add that note in. And then we had we're adding in another note. Just this is support, but it's in there. We went from here to here. These are just half steps and whole steps, depending on they're put in a broad chord, but at the end of the day, they're just all of these multiple melodies having transitions at the same time. You see that? We're still kind of broadly talking about that inner harmony type thing. So that move there, let's see, what was this one? And then these held. So these are acting as support, right? And lo and behold, that's giving us our A flat feel very nicely. See that? It's holding that chord down, right? So we had, and I'm not using the pedal here so you can see it nice and clean, but that was just the first move. So as we can see in that move, there was all these melodic transitions happening within the chords themselves. It wasn't just the top having a melody, it wasn't just the bottom having the melody, and all the rest of the notes are meaningless. They're just part of the chord because they are. No, the genius of great progressions is called voice leading, and it's where each note is leading to a specific note in the next chord. And we're sitting here thinking about this in a breakdown form, but the beauty of playing by ear is when you really slow it down like this and break down each movement, you can begin to build your chords in such a way that it begins to come automatic down the road. Now this, again, this is the thing that I'm really studying and working on, trying to get better voice leading. That's what you see and hear a lot of jazz pianists working on and doing. So this is an extension of that kind of thought process. So let's look at this next little section right at the beginning. This chord is not an A, but let's run it through the same process, right? Or A flat, that's what we're talking about. Now, let's take it all. Okay, innocent enough. The B flat itself is in the key of A flat, but this note led right to the B flat. It's the leading tone of B flat. So, okay, nothing unusual, nothing to see there. But we've got, let's see what happens here. Now, we just talked about this E to the F, leading tone of F. Why do I keep saying leading tone? Leading tone is usually the seventh note of a major scale, leading back home to the tonic, which is the first note of the scale. And it T do if you use solfege. We had two of those, right there. Now let's see what else we've got. Now check this A, or no. Just gives us a little bit more tension. It's a whole step move. It's not that far off, so it's not bad. It's not bad. Just giving us a little bit of tension, throwing that D in there like that. And we already had a D in the chord anyway, so it's not like we weren't already prepared for it. So this D, or this C, went to the D, and this D went to the C. See that? They switched places. But let's also look, let's look further. We can see the F sharp going to the G, or we can see the A going to the G. Both of them probably are going to the G, right? And then the D also can be leading us to the E flat. That's E flat's leading tone. So none of this is so far out of whack that we don't know what's going on. We're just taking it apart in each section. Now that was two different phrases, okay? We don't want to, it's easier to see it as two different pieces of a phrase as opposed to one giant move from here right? And then we're here. But even from here, we didn't move far. See that? Even if it's starting a new phrase, we've got very tight voice leading. And really, it's the same chord. Or no, it's not. Hold on. This is a D major 9. This is a D flat major 9 to the D dominant 9. It should have, if it was, I didn't move this note up, right? So they were very close to each other in general. Now, next phrase. We just take a couple of notes out. See that? Very tight voice leading. Holding this note. And then this holds. See that? This holds too. But you can also see how it prepares you to move there. And this moved a whole step, okay? Now watch this one. And like I said, I could be out of order. You can check out the MIDI file or the LMV file. LMV file is free with, or you don't have to buy any special software. If you use Modiculous, you can use the LMV file. MIDI files, if you have another MIDI player, you can use that. Here we go. This is F minor 11. Tightly packed in here. Notice how close they are. See that? Now this is interesting because we did this. We went to this F major 9, right? 13 chord. And we've got all these essential components in the chord. And then we went back. But then this time, instead of going back to the F sharp major 9, 13, we take it here. So look at this chord. Instead of, and I can leave that note in there. See that? Instead of just keeping this chord, we've introduced a bass note, another bass note. So it's really like playing this twice. Just a different bass note on the bottom. See that? So, those are a few thoughts that I had from this, but they're all, even with just that much of it, you can see how everything is transitioning in stepwise motion. And then that last bass note, I need to bring that out as far as voice leading. It was a fifth. We know a lot of music moves in fourths and fifths. So we use half steps, whole steps, fourths, and fifths to get all, essentially, of the transitions and targets that we did. And that's almost the first half of that little thing. So, take that, use those chords. There were some people that were asking for chords. Check it out. Put it in your plan. So if I put this in A flat super quick, right? Okay. Let me try that there. There it is right there. Oh, sorry. And then what I do? Right here. Oh, I'm so totally wrong. I'm having trouble with my transitions today. There we go. So something like that, and this is the first time I really stuck something like that in, but right. So that was just using that first move that they took right from there. Right? That was sticking it in a song in the almost in the same place I would have used it in the song. You know, I knew this, I wanted to make this a target chord, so just move to it in the same way, using the chords he used from that. Anyway, take it, run with it. Again, if you need to download that, the link is going to be in the description to my Gumroad, where you can get the MIDI file, the LMV file, and learn and work with this whole little clip. But anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. You guys take care. Have a blessed day.